Hi everyone, welcome to Honey Drops Tarot. This is a general reading for the sign of Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. Capricorn, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for all of your likes, shares, and subscribes. I truly appreciate it. Just a quick note, please do not fall for any scammers. I will never reach out to you to solicit for private readings. I do offer private readings, and information about that can be found in the About section of my YouTube page, along with a link to make donations. So thank you so much in advance for that. Capricorn, we are doing your reading today with the Abstract Futures Tarot and the Deep, Dark, and Dangerous Oracle by Stacey DeMarco. It is pretty deep, dark, and dangerous outside right now. It is raining where I'm from, and just a few moments ago there was lots of thunder and scary sounds, and my cat's hiding in the bathroom because he's a scaredy cat. But he's so cute. So Capricorn, what is the overall energy for Capricorn today, Spirit? Oh, okay. The word is hypnos, and above it says rest. Number 20, which is the Judgment card. I can't help but notice this is very much kind of emulates the Death card. You know, I just heard give it a rest. I hope that was not directed at me, but give it a rest. Maybe that's you saying it to somebody, or spirits maybe saying it to you. Capricorn, give it a rest. You know, I'm really struck by the fact that there's a, you know, has a kind of a wing by his ear. I don't know if that represents Apollo. Kind of like a runner, right? Like it's the wings. There's a swiftness, right? You know what's interesting about this card? It's actually, I'm not getting, normally when I would look at an image, I would get a lot of messages out of it, but I don't, it's almost like, it's hard to pick up your energy in this card. I mean, I see the moon here. So moon represents mysteries. I mean, there could be secrets that you're keeping right now. Now I hear that song from the 80s. I hear the secrets that you keep when you're talking in your sleep. I don't know all the lyrics to that song, but that's the kind of main chorus. I hear the secrets that you keep when you're talking in your sleep. So could you have been experiencing something in your dream state that is perplexing to you, that is kind of occupying your thoughts at this time? Sometimes dreams do that. Sometimes they really throw us for a loop, and we just, you know, because that's how spirit talks to us too, right? When we're astral projecting when we sleep, there's a lot happening. Right, so it's really good to set the intention before you go to bed of kind of the questions that you ask spirit before you go to bed, so that you can receive very, very clear insight. 4 cards for the base spread, 4 cards of clarifier. You got an extra card at the end. So let's talk about it. In your past position, you have the King of Swords in the reverse. King of Swords has shown up for a lot of people in these general readings. Gemini energy, clarified by the 3 of Wands. So the King of Swords is typically, in the upright, it would be a character of authority. So somebody in your life who is a doctor, a lawyer, a judge, a police officer, somebody who knows policy, procedure, a therapist, somebody who has a lot of credentials or qualifications, badges, similar kind of to the Hierophant card in the Major Arcana. That Hierophant represents spiritual authority, but this is more of an earthly person, Gemini energy, so air energy with the suit of swords. So you got this card in reverse, and the King of Swords typically talks about somebody who, once all of the information, is very discerning, makes decisions based solely on the thinking, rational center of the brain. In the reverse, in the past energy for you, it's kind of like, I just see, there's like I see you saying, you know, there's a place and time for the mind, and there's a place and time for the heart. And it's almost like Three of Wands, a card of waiting. It's almost like in the past you were waiting for matters of the heart to take center stage, to kind of come towards you, as opposed to something that was of the mind, of the air energy, of the cerebral, that you wanted something to speak to, more to your heart space and to your mind space. What was that, Spirit? What was that? Two cards flipped out. You got one, Queen of Cups in the reverse. This is Cancer energy. And you got the Seven of Pentacles in reverse. So I asked Spirit to clarify what was going on in your past energy, and they're basically saying there was a need for you to show yourself love, self-love, that you had been overgiving, and that you had made a prior investment in something, a deep investment in something, and that you are pulling away from that investment. So take it as it resonates. It's almost like with the Queen and the Seven of Pentacles, like imagine these are all seeds that you plant in the ground, and then you wait and wait and wait for them to grow, and here you are pouring your cups of love on it constantly, trying to make it grow. And by the time that it shows up on the tree, the fruit, whatever it is, the fruit of your labor, you're just like, wow, that wasn't really worth it. Or maybe it was, but you're trying to figure out, you know, the cost-benefit analysis. I just heard, like, does it actually behoove you in the end to keep going with it? Or have you given up so much of your cups energy already? Your water energy, your love, your devotion, your emotion, your compassion. Right? Didn't I say it's like a heart overhead decision? So where are we in the present energy? Well, here the cups are again. The Nine of Cups, which represents self-satisfaction, abundance, wish fulfillment. I'm not a big fan of the Nine of Cups, just because even though it's prosperous and abundant, and hey, we could all use a Nine of Cups, some in the tarot, to me, it represents a slight bit of complacency, like comfort, like, oh, I don't need to rise any higher, like I'm good here, I'm good. But in that energy, you run the risk of like not challenging yourself. Like sometimes it could be like a sense of keeping yourself ignorant. And I mean ignorant in a way of like not as a emblem of your intelligence. That's not what I'm saying, but ignorant to certain facts because they're not necessarily important to you at the time. So you don't need to bother yourself with them. Kind of like you don't know what you don't know. But if you're trying to get further along in your life, then you need to push yourself a little bit more, right? And the reason that I say this is because it's clarified by the Emperor card, Aries energy. So the Emperor card is the most motivated character in the tarot. It's number 4 of the major arcana. The Emperor carries the power of all 4 kings, of all 4 suits of the tarot. He is divine masculine, it doesn't have to be a man, divine masculine energy, who knows exactly who he is, exactly what he stands for, exactly what he has, and he's going to exploit it to its fullest potential. So definitely boss energy, CEO energy, take control, authority figure, an authority way bigger than the King of Swords. This is your present tense right now. Entrepreneurial energy as well. You're trying to make something of yourself. Not that you're not making something of yourself, but you're trying to exceed your own expectations. That's what it is, because there's expectations in 9 of Cups, but then you want to exceed that. You know you can do better, have better, be better. What is this referring to, Spirit? Why does Capricorn need to be the Emperor here? What is it in regards to? The Star in reverse. Star in reverse. Yep, Star in reverse. The Star is Aquarius energy, so it's air energy. The thinking mind, right? The suit of the swords. In the major arcana, it's number 17. The Star, or rather the 9 of Cups, is the Star energy in the minor arcana. Both these cards talk about wish fulfillment. So there's wish fulfillment in the material world, sure, but there's also wish fulfillment in the spiritual world. Like something so much bigger than this could ever be. Right? Because these are both major arcanas, the Star and the Emperor. So I see this now as almost like you putting a cap, or it's the glass ceiling, right? It's the, can you go any further? Because it's almost like blow this out a little bit, right? Let's say we don't see the other half of the image, but there are 2 towers right here, right? And you've put this proverbial glass ceiling over yourself. But what you don't see is the star up here, the ultimate object of your desire, your affection, your manifestation. The law of attraction is like what you want to bring in for yourself is so much bigger. But it's almost like Capricorn, it's like you're dealing, it's like this sounds kind of harsh, but I don't mean it to sound harsh, but it's almost like this is kids' play. You can do this in your sleep. You're so capable. You can get a 9 of Cups in your sleep. But the Star energy, this big wish, this healing, this fulfillment, that's next level. And right now it's in reverse. And it shouldn't be. I feel like it shouldn't be. Because you have Emperor energy here. So it's kind of just telling me, like, you have what it takes. You have the endurance, you have the knowledge, the prowess is the word I just heard. You have the prowess to exceed your expectations. So it's just about kind of having faith in yourself. And, you know, Spirit just drew my attention back to the Rest card. It's kind of like, okay, now they're giving me this expression. Do less to gain more. Do less to gain more. So it's not about working yourself into the ground. It's about working smarter, not harder. Right? Being the prowess. being very discerning in how you approach the situation. It's not about driving yourself into the ground. And part of that is having these periods of rest. Rest can also mean these periods of like quietude, silence, meditation. Like quieting the mind, because it's very busy right now. It's very busy. You could be feeling like you're having to catch up for lost time. Time is an illusion, right? So they say. Time is an illusion, so what if I told you you're exactly where you need to be? That you're accomplishing exactly what you should be accomplishing at this point in your life? You know, how would it change your approach to how you see yourself and what you've accomplished in this period of time? You know, maybe you give yourself a break to see how much you've already accomplished, right? What's in the future energy? You have the Knight of Pentacles in the reverse and the Ten of Wands. So in the near future energy, you're going to be releasing a lot of baggage, a lot of heavy burden and heavy load, right? Because there could have been a situation with a false knight, a person who came in and brought a message, promises of prosperity, of connection, of this, that, and the other thing that you thought was going to branch out into something substantial, and maybe it's not quite what you think it is, and in the future tense you're just going to like release it, let it go, let it pass. You know, somebody can offer you something, sure, but it doesn't mean you have to take it. And with the fact that the Knight is in reverse and the Pentacles is in your suit, the Pentacles represents earth energy, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. The fact that it's a Knight in your suit means that you're going to be, it's like your spidey senses are going to be up. Like, because it's in your suit, you're going to be highly attuned. Like you have the BS detector and you can sniff it out. Especially if you're in Emperor energy and you're like CEO energy, like if it has to do with a business deal or whatever, you can sniff that out a mile away, whether or not that deal is legit or shady. And you're going to be able to do that. And maybe it's something that has been kind of lingering around for a while. The contract has been sitting on your desk and it's been lingering and lingering, and you're just finally like, no, I don't think I'm going to go in that direction. And then you're going to let that responsibility go. Let's get some clarification on it, please, Spirit. So you got the Three of Pentacles in reverse and the Eight of Wands. Eight of Wands is fast communication. Three of Pentacles in the upright would suggest collaboration and co-creation, but it's in the reverse. And I asked for a very clear clarification for that situation of, is that contract legit? Spirit is saying you're not inclined. Now you can do whatever you want, right? Remember, you have free will. This is just tarot, right? I'm reading cards. You're not inclined to co-create with somebody. And that message is loud and it's clear. The Eight of Wands is fast communication, fast action. So it's almost like you're nipping it in the bud right before it takes off. And that's okay because it wasn't meant for you. What is your advice from Spirit? A beautiful synchronicity that I literally just now realized. You got the Devil in reverse. The Devil card, just in general, the Devil card represents Capricorn energy in the major arcana. So at this point, I would say you showed up in your own reading. Which is not to say you're the devil, it's just how it's represented in tarot. Don't ask me why. I didn't make up those rules. But you showed up in your own reading, so that's awesome. That's awesome for me as a reader, because it affirms to me that I'm connecting specifically with the Capricorn collective. All right, but this is advice from Spirit. You got the Devil in reverse, the Strength card in reverse, and you got an extra card, which was the Knight of Wands in the upright. So, think about the Devil card. Typically, it would represent something self-destructive, codependent, toxic, addictions, and just because you represent the Devil card, Capricorn, it doesn't mean that having the Devil card is always a great scenario, because, and I'm reading it in context with the Strength card. So Spirit is kind of asking you to stop being a little wishy-washy. This feels like, because the Knight of Wands is somebody who, he's a little bit of player energy, Divine Masculine. He's a little bit of player energy. Here today, gone tomorrow, flash in the pan. So Spirit is really calling upon you with the Devil card in reverse and Strength to pull it all together. You can do it. Don't be unreliable. You're reliable to yourself, but how are you in interactions with others, right? So, and especially if they're very close to you, like family, you know. So I just saw, again, Spirit brought my attention back to the Rest card. It's kind of like the next holiday, make sure that you go to see your family. It's important. It's important for you to recharge and recoup whatever energy has been lost in trying to be like world conqueror over here, right, with the Emperor card. Because if you're not careful, Strength card in reverse can represent a complexity of the ego center, which is to say, you could get really wrapped up in yourself, in your fears, in your worries, and that could come out in all sorts of ways. Like sometimes a fearful ego shows up as a total recluse and somebody who has no social skills, or you know, they just hermit themselves away. Or it can look like an absolute arrogant SOB who doesn't care about anybody else except themselves. Neither is good. We want the happy medium where we can converse with others, play nice. You know, we're still vibing an Emperor energy, but we don't want to be, there's no reason to be threatened by others or feel like we're not worthy or not good enough. Because that's Devil in reverse, Strength in reverse energy. It's not the best feeling, and Spirit is pointing it out as part of their advice. Like, really do some soul searching on that. Like, it's coming to a head. That's what they just told me. It's coming to a head. So that's your reading, Capricorn. I hope that you resonated with it. If you did, please like, share, subscribe, comment down below. Please hit the bell notification to be updated as to when I post new readings. Bye.